What's good, my people? My bad, y'all. What's good, my people? It's your boy Terrence Carter, TC Talks, TC Fitness. I'm gladly here with y'all. Back at it again with another YouTube video. Taking my break, so I have some time to create this video for y'all. And there's, a lot, like I always say, that I want to talk to you guys about. Um, I want to talk about Amazon and the notification that I just got from Yahoo Finance regarding Amazon and this current job that I'm at. I also want to talk about the low wage trap that many Americans are not seeing. And this is why a majority of us stress over finances because we consciously know that we're not making enough money. All right. Now, if you enjoy videos like this and you want to help me grow the YouTube channel, you can subscribe. It's up to you. Also, give the video a thumbs up because it's free and it helps the video reach more people. All right. It costs you nothing to like the video. Now, with that being said, all right, man. So I'm definitely feeling good because number one, I've been studying the stock market charts a lot more, and I continuously see through the trap that they are keeping Americans in. Number one, they're keeping you as a consumer, right? So you work to make money, right? Obviously, and then you gotta wait 1 week or 2 weeks to get paid one paycheck, and within that paycheck, you gotta take care of your life responsibilities, which includes shelter, eating, um, paying bills, and I guess any debts you gotta pay off, like you feel me, like credit card debts or whatever, like things you gotta take care of in the 3D, right, in physical. Okay, so what that does is that puts your mental in a fight or flight state because you know that you just traded a whole bunch of time for a little bit of money and you cannot get that time back, right? All right, bet. The corporations want to finesse the American working people because they're consciously keeping everybody in survival mode. We're gonna pay this person $15 for an hour of their life. We're gonna make them work 8 hours a day, or not necessarily make them, but we're gonna have them work 8 hours or 9 hours or 10 hours a day. It's not gonna really mess with our profits too much because we know that our money comes from OPM, other people's money, right? All right. So you as the worker, you don't see the trap. You don't see the fact that these low wages are playing with your mindset. You don't see the trap that these low wages are playing with your psyche. You understand what I'm saying? You just see it as I need to make money. I need to generate income in order to take care of my bills. I bet. What the stock market teaches me is that money moves in real time every single second, right? So what I learned a lot the most is like patience, having equity in a company, ownership of some type, dividends, which is when a company is paying you for owning their stock, right? Things of that nature. And the more assets that I own, the more money that I have working for me in real time, and I can outpace what I'm making at the job, right? Because obviously my main goal is to eventually work for myself and keep building my business, right? This is what I want to do with my life. You can't judge me based off of what I want to do with my life. You can only judge yourself based off what you're doing with your life, right? I refuse to live in a cycle of paycheck to paycheck when I know that the paycheck ain't stretching. And I gotta try to live off of a couple $100s for 2 weeks because of my bills that I had to take care of. And it's like it's a mental stress that I'm putting on myself because I'm listening to everybody get a job, you get benefits, you get this, you get that, but you forget what is taken away from you, right? A lot of people don't have that ability to sit down and think and actually and actually gather their thoughts. Majority of people working and they're stressed out, right? Majority of people are not making enough money. I've seen plenty of people sit there and say the real what you would need to make per hour realistically is $66 an hour to get ahead. A lot of us is making 15, 20, $25 an hour and it's not doing nothing. Because why? Because the cost of living is extensive. It costs. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of us are just working a job just to pay the bills. But why is it that people don't focus on how can I generate income so that I'm able to take care of myself outside of the bills? I'm able to actually live life. So let's just keep it 100. The American working class is on survival mode. Let's just be honest, bruh. And everybody's looking forward to this. I just want to work so I could get a retirement. I could get a pension. The pension is about to be obsolete. Retirement is non-existent, bruh. Like, let's just call it what it is. Retirement technically is like a number an amount of money that you need to live off of if you never had the job, right? So how does that tie into you needing to own assets? You need to understand that you need to value your time at a higher rate because $15 an hour is a bowl of food from Chipotle. $20 an hour is a meal from Applebee's, a 2 for 20. Let's call it what it is. So these corporations are playing in your fucking face in real time and you're not seeing a trap. And what a lot of us do is we get scared and we get comfortable. We get scared to leave the job because we don't feel like we're gonna make money no other way. And then you get comfortable with the check that they're giving you, but you know that it's not keeping up with the cost of living. So it is a trap. So all I try to do is bring awareness to the working class, and I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm not one of them channels that's telling you leave your job right now because number one, I don't know you. Number two, I don't know your financial situation, right? And number three, I cannot tell you what to do. But the only thing I can do is try my best to ask God to guide me, protect me, and show me what I need to see. So what God does is show me what I need to see through different people. And one thing that God has continuously shown me is that this job does not care about you or your well-being or your financial well-being on this earth because you need capital to live. You need capital to survive. You need to take care of yourself up here. You need to take care of yourself physically. You need to make sure that you're okay. Don't give all of your energy to this corporation that'll leave you hanging. Give the energy to yourself. Put the energy into your business. Use the creative energy that I've given you within and express yourself. Say the things that people are afraid to say. Because we live in a matrix. We live in a matrix where people don't understand how the mental enslavement is very, very real. It's true. So the low wages, you think you making $40,000 a year, $50,000 a year, they putting that on paper, but the truth be told is you're making less than that because the tax system taxing you off of your labor. Meanwhile, there's millionaires and billionaires that's probably paying less in taxes than you are, if they're even paying any. So we're in this repetitive hamster wheel where we're working for money, but the money is getting taxed at a highest rate because it's labor, and it's a trap. How else am I supposed to take care of myself? How else am I supposed to take care of my bills? How else am I? We constantly question things with a fear-based mentality instead of an abundant-based mentality, right? How can I have as much money working for me as possible so that I can actually get to live my life with a peace of mind? Because nobody wants to work 40, 50, 60 years for money and they print the money out of thin air. And you know that the dollar is losing its value because the cost of living is rising, but your paycheck is not expanding, right? And the job will give you a slap in the face and say, hey, we're going to give you a 1% or 2% raise. Like that's supposed to make you smile and be happy because you got $1 more or $2 more on your hourly wage. But so many people don't see the trap. Now I do want to add Amazon to this conversation. Why? Because I own Amazon stock. I'm not telling you what to invest in. I cannot tell you what to do with your money. I'm not your financial advisor, bro. Not doing none of that. But I do tell you it's vital for you to own assets. All right, point blank period. Amazon, I got a notification from Yahoo Finance. Amazon is about to start competing with the company that I work for or work with. Because none of these people own me. I don't care who they are. I don't care. You don't own me. Point blank period. Amazon is about to start competing with them. They are thinking about dropping them and creating their own service basically that'll compete. And once I seen the notification, I laughed because I said to myself, this is why I keep telling myself, there's no such thing as job security. God shows you things in mysterious ways. This is why I keep telling myself, you need to own more assets. You need to purchase the assets. You need money working for you. Why? Because anything can happen to the job. You don't own the corporation, bro. They don't care nothing about my personal life, nothing that I have going for myself, nothing that I want to do in my life. They just care about productivity. And I remind you all that you're not a robot. You're a human being, bro. You get tired. You need to eat. You need time to think. You need time to plan ahead for your life. You don't need to give your life to a corporation, and you don't need to tie your identity to the job. You need to think outside of the box. You need to use the creative energy that God has given to you and learn how to create things and bring things to life. We don't have a choice. It is the rich and the wealthy versus everybody else. My focus is getting rich. My focus is building wealth. Nothing is gonna fucking stop me, and nobody's gonna get in my way. That's the type of mentality you have to have. I deserve way more than $15, $20 an hour. Do I got to keep putting in more work to show myself that? Of course, of course. That's why I've been dropping way more videos on YouTube. That's why the channel been going bananas, because I'm putting in more work. I'm putting in more effort. I'm showing God that, listen, I care about the business that I'm trying to build. I'm trying to help humanity. How are you trying to help humanity? By telling people what they need to hear. By letting you know you need assets. By letting you know you need to get on retention. You need to retain your energy. You need to stop wasting your time, wasting your seed, and watching all these PMO videos and getting entertained. I am actually trying to add value to your life. The news is not going to tell you that. Your job ain't gonna tell you that. The teachers in school ain't gonna tell none of y'all that, bruh. These streamers that's entertaining y'all not gonna tell y'all that, bruh. But I'm trying to tell y'all that because I'm one of the best channels on YouTube, and I walk with that energy and I walk with that aura, bruh, and it's a fact. And if you dislike me or if you think I'm cocky or arrogant, nah, I'm not, bruh. I'm just learning how to build confidence within me because I'm with me 24/7. I can't look for it from the outside crowd. I can't tell somebody help me become confident. No, I need to use the ability that God has given to me and bring them outward. You don't want to waste your time at these corporations, bro. They're gonna stress you out. They're gonna give you health problems. They're gonna mess up your mental health. They're gonna deteriorate you because they're not paying you enough money to even keep you fucking alive, bro. I watched a TikTok of a lady literally breaking it down. That's why I keep saying wage slavery never ended. It's still here. They're not paying people enough money to even keep you alive, bro. Be able to take care of all of your bills in one check and still have money to save. But you want me to slave my life away and give my time away for this measly paycheck that may take care of a bill or two and leave me with not enough money. If I get a $1,300, $1,400 check after 2 weeks of me working, automatically 800, 900 of that goes to my rent. Because obviously I got rent to take care of. Then I got to pay the phone. Then I got to pay the Con Edison bill. And I still got to eat. What am I left with? And I got to work another 2 weeks just for another check. It's like, it's a trap, bro. It's a trap. You need to learn skills, bro. You need to learn a skill. Everybody's not gonna be a plumber, electrician, or any of these carpenter, and everybody's not gonna do that. I keep telling you, my skill is putting the fucking money to work in the stock market. That is a skill that nobody can take away from me, bro. And I can make as much money as I want from that because there's no cap on the amount of money you can make in the stock market. Yes, we have green days. Yes, we have red days. But at the end of the day, the stock market is here, bro. And that is how the rich build their wealth, and that's how the wealthy stay wealthy, bro. That's how Elon Musk freaking became a billionaire, fucking $500 billion. I don't mean to keep cursing, my apologies, y'all. But that's how Elon Musk became a billionaire in the stock market, bro. Stock options. Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, all these companies, all these CEOs of these companies, because they own stock in the company, they own equity. A lot of us W2 workers don't own no equity in the company. That's why they don't care about you. You bottom of the totem pole. You're going to take this $20 an hour and be happy. It's cap. We're not doing that. I'm not settling. I'm not living my life settling and then thinking of what if I would have just took the chance on myself? What if I would have made the investment? What if I would have stayed consistent? No. I need to keep putting into action now. There's no excuses and there's no time to be wasting. I work with what I got. I got to make sure I eat. I got to make sure my fiance is okay, right? Of course, I got to make sure my family is okay. I'm not saying I got to take on all the responsibility because we all grown adults. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like, you got to see the bigger picture, bro. My time is my most valuable asset. I cannot make more time. I could always generate more income. I cannot generate more time on this planet. So a lot of us been trapped in a cycle and you don't see it. And you're going to wait till you're 65 and 70 years old and you're going to be thinking, damn, all I did was work and got comfortable. All I did was work and got comfortable. But you're going to be living with a lot of regret internally because you're going to say, What if I would have took the chance on myself instead of depending on these low ass wages, and you consciously know that it's not helping you too much, bro? You gotta be addicted to the markets, bro. Learn how to trade, learn how to invest your money, learn what a dividend is, learn how to maintain equity in these companies, bro, because they are moving on with or without us. They don't give up, they don't care. They care about the profits. They don't care about the people. They care about the profits, bro. Low wages are a trap. The working class is being trapped in real time. They don't see it. They don't see it. Forced into job security until jobs do layoffs, and then you want the people to get laid off, and then you're like, damn, I didn't prepare for this, and I didn't have nothing working for me throughout this whole time. This is why I keep telling y'all, anything can happen. You don't own the company. Please buy assets. American working class, I'm talking to everybody. Buy assets, bro. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care about that. It has nothing to do with me. I I don't care what you do with your money. At the end of the day, that's your own decision. But what I'm telling y'all is the rich and the wealthy people, mentality wise, mindset wise, is they own assets, they add value to humanity, and they run a business, bro. There's no way around it. Don't glamorize people you see on the internet. Don't get distracted by stupid distractions. Don't try to be entertained. Try to be educated and take your financial journey serious because your life depends on it. You need to eat. You need to survive. I'm sorry. I didn't create the capitalistic society. I didn't do it. But it's what we got to do. We got to own the assets, bro. We don't have no choice. Or else people will continuously, like, you'll just stay in the fight or flight mode because you don't have nothing that's generating for you while you're working and while you're sleeping. You don't have nothing that's working for you, bro. So you gotta take this journey serious. Working class gotta wake up. Cause we all been bamboozled. And everything that was taught to us was a lie. That's a fact. Everything that was taught to us as kids and as younger adults in the college and stuff, whatever, it was a lie, bro. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave some comments below, man. Nobody's coming to save you.